What's up, you guys, and welcome back to Rent This Flip That. And we are back out at the duplexes in Gallatin, Tennessee. That's right, we are back at the Tabby house, and I'm back to install this door. Now, I wanted to mention, you guys remember when I tore the old door out? Well, that door was a 32-inch door, so it required a 34-inch opening. We looked everywhere for another door to replace that, but they were just too expensive at this point. So we found one at Habitat for Humanity. However, it was a 30-inch door. Now, I'm sure if I look around, I could probably find a 32-inch door, but this door was brand new and I just couldn't pass it up. So this is the route we're going. So I'm gonna have to close this door in about an inch on each side, and I had some scrap 1/2-inch OSB at one of the other units. So I ripped it the width and I ripped it the length. I had to two-piece it, but I got to fur it in an inch on both sides, and I'll just let the shims take care of the rest. It seems to be a common problem with all of these units that water seems to be getting in at the doors all on the bottom. So on this one, I'm going to make sure that I put plenty of flashing and plenty of silicone underneath the door to help with the rot. I don't want any more subfloor issues.
It was slate.
It's late. It's late. I didn't realize how late it was already.
That's what happened when you come working at 12 o'clock.
Start working. Yeah. Know what you do. I know you love when I say that. I know you do.
With Kelly beside me and with her full support, I was able to get this thing flashed and get it completely watertight. Now, I had this stuff at my house, and so I put it on in one layer and split it, and then I put it a different way and split it the opposite way. Then I also took a little strip and covered that little tiny hole just to make sure it was sealed up. On the other side, this thing is like black tar. I saw something on a video where they have this stuff and it stretches out. That stuff looked pretty cool. This ain't that stuff. So this is why we're doing it this way. I'm also going to make sure I fill up the bottom with 100% silicone.
You just help me get it to the back, I'll be all set. And I can silicone whatever. You know, this is a 30-inch door, not a 32. Leaning right there. It's that light though. A little bit. Beautiful.
Once I filled the bottom up with silicone, I set the door in place and I centered it. Next, I used my 6-foot level to make sure that the door was completely plumb. Using a 16-penny galvanized nails, I nailed it at the bottom and then plumbed the top, and then I nailed the top. As you can see, we had plenty of silicone underneath the door, so there was no water getting in this. What's up, you guys? Today we are back out at the duplexes in Gallatin, and I think we are at 253. Is that correct, Kelly?
Yep.
253. Here's Kelly. Hey, Kelly. Alright, so we have been working on this unit non-stop for about the past 2 to 3 weeks. We got a lot of progress done. There wasn't a whole lot of video in the whole way through, so I tried to take some video segments as we went through, just so you could get an idea of things as I put these videos together. But right now I want to walk through and show you some of the things that we have done to actually swap some things out. I don't have my wireless mic is not charged yet. I'm working on that. And the batteries are dead on the shotgun. So I hope you can hear me well enough with the onboard mic from my camera. I mean, it was a nice camera and it costs a lot, so it should work great, right? Alright, so here we go. First of all, starting off, this beautiful door right here. This is a brand new door, nobody's ever used it, and as you can see, it has the little whatchamacallits in there. So you can close it all the way down like that if you want to. And then once you get it all the way down, you can open it or shut them. So it's up to you however you want to do that. All right, bing, bang, boom, there it is. Looking good. A little drywall work around the door there needed to be done. Now this back window back here, apparently water has gotten in numerous
It's been used
occasions.
as a cat door.
It's been used as a cat door, so basically she leaves it open and rain has gotten in, and basically that whole drywall apparatus was ruined. It had mold behind it. I cleaned it all out, removed the mold, sprayed mold remover. Killer. And then we put new green board over there just because that's the exterior wall and things like that go awry again. We should be covered on that. So yeah, I went a little crazy with the drywall mud only because the texture of that wall over there is not the greatest, and as I noticed me working, some of the paint was just straight peeling off, so I wanted to make sure we all made that as one. And then over here we removed the cabinets, and I don't know if she was ready for that or not, but it needed to be done. And the reason we did that is because of this new subfloor. Every bit of the subfloor in this whole unit was like this right here. And it was wearing down, it had holes, it had rot, it had mold, it had mildew.
All the screws pulled up like nails.
And they were rotten. And so we went ahead and changed all that out. And I mean, we're solid now. This thing going nowhere, so I'm believed that she's gonna be happy with this. Today we're gonna be installing some cabinets here on the base and putting the countertops back in because we got a holiday coming up. We wanna make sure she's all put back together before we leave out of here. I don't think we'll be back for about a week, so want to make sure she's in good shape. So that's what we're going to be working on today. I'm going to go grab these cabinets out of the back of the truck and we're going to get moving. Let's go. Well, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thanks for joining us. Hey, if you want to keep up with the progress, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. We've got a lot of future DIY projects coming up and you guys aren't going to want to miss those. So, see you on the next one.